Welcome to another edition of The Forge. As you know, it's a transformative space where young lives are built, refined, transformed, and empowered for purpose. This is another beautiful edition. I am Victoria Tolorunleke. I remain your host. And on today's edition, we're going to be talking about a topic that is very beautiful and that will be of good impact to everybody around us. And even to myself, we'll be discussing purpose discovery. And we have someone in the house, a professor at the Taraba State University and a pastor at the Deeper Life Bible Church here in Taraba. He will be talking to us about purpose discovery. He is no other person than Professor Chukwudi Michael from the Department of Agronomy, Taraba State University, Jalingo here. So, you're welcome, sir. Welcome to The Forge. Please say hello to the house.
Well, hello, everyone. Viewers over there, any part you are watching from. Okay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Purpose discovery has actually been a topic that is very, very crucial to this present generation and dispensation. So I want our viewers to have a practical view of what purpose discovery is. So I want us to start, sir, by you sharing your journey of purpose discovery with us, how it has helped you to be who you are today and where you are today.
Well, purpose discovery, something very vital if someone is going to live a fulfilled life. True purpose. I actually see true purpose as picture unravel that is repeatedly, painted on subconscious enticingly. If you pick that word purpose, I have defined it. When you have a picture that is clear to you, that is repeatedly painted on your subconscious, and that thing is enticing you to act. That is exciting you to move in a given direction. You are enjoying that thing. That is true purpose. And for me, a discovery of purpose, I would say, 1986, 87, by the grace of God, I need to say that that time, just about finishing secondary school, where I finished around 86. By 87, for my audience that are not Christians, for me, I gave my life to Christ at 87. And that served as the beginning of true discovery of purpose. So generally, to discover purpose is to understand yourself. To understand the picture, the dream you have for tomorrow. That dream can be based on what you have seen others do and can also be what is painted in your subconscious. For some of us, it is the picture that is painted in our subconscious, which we believe is coming from God. And that actually changed my direction, my perception, my perception, as well as the direction of my investment in life. So I find myself to have a reorientation once I discover my purpose. I don't know whether that sounds, a way of discovering somebody's purpose. Because generally, to make a discovery of your purpose, you need to have a reflection of who you are. Sit down. What do I love doing? What do I enjoy doing? What do people talk that they enjoy in my company? That will be a pointer to the purpose. So when you link those things with the reality you have on ground, whether it's profession or career, then you find a purpose.
Thank you so much for that. It said something about picture that you have. And then it is that picture that will help you to know your dream, the dream you are pursuing, the goals and the aspiration. I know we are learning something. As we move forward, we are going to learn more. Thank you so much for that, sir. So as young people of this generation, how can we tell the difference between our passing passion and our true life purpose?
Well, Passing passion, I think it's more of externality. What is happening around, what people are saying, the comment. And when you say passing passion, it means it is temporal.
Yes.
And the force or the motivation is from outside. And when it is from outside, it means it can be short-lived. Once there is change in trend, you will discover that you will lose interest in that thing you are craving for.
Definitely.
So that is passing passion. But when it comes to true passion or life passion, it's more permanent. It's ingrained in your subconscious. You are not happy without it. And you are excited. Any given opportunity, you have to showcase or to invest in that direction.
Thank you so much. You know, it gave us a difference between passing passion and a real life purpose. Passing passion is just temporal. It's something you love doing and it's being influenced, according to him, by what is happening around you. But our real life purpose is something that has come to stay. It is permanent. Speaking about passing passion, sir, you see, social media is actually one of the main factors that influence young people into what they say what they claim they want to be. It's precious people, and then we young people, we tend to compare ourselves with other people without even focusing on our unique being. So as young people of this generation, how can we put away social media completely? Or let me say, no, we can't put it away completely, but how can we stop it from affecting who we are actually meant to be?
Well, that is a $1 million question, because social media has actually grounded the life and destinies of many young persons at various levels, either of their career or education. Because, you know, there is the fancy side of it. There is the happiness side of it. There is the excitement side of social media. But the substance of social media must be separated from the shadow. You know, the inability of young people to separate their own passion or purpose in life from the fancy they see on social media make them to be engrossed. You will imagine a secondary school boy or girl that can spend 6-7 hours on social media watching video, films, making comments, sending messages, and what have you. But can the same boy or girl cannot read his or her physics or commerce or government textbook for 2 hours at a go. And that tells you that there is already a distraction. So to cut off from social media influence, someone needs to redefine and make a fresh commitment. In fact, actually a recurrent commitment to the goal that person has. So if the person don't have a picture that is painted by herself or by himself for his or her future, the individual need to sit down first, set a goal. What dream do you have? What type of life do you want in 5-10 years to come? It is the definition of that goal. That is the beginning of being free from the influence of social media. And once such goal is set, you now think about selecting social media content that will align with those goals. Any social media content that does not align, you simply wish them off and don't give them time. Yeah, you can enjoy yourself 1-2 minutes, but you know you have a purpose. So your ability to sieve the content of the social media so that you separate what will align with your purpose and those that, not only those that are inimical to your purpose, but those that will make your purpose to be delayed or denied. You also need to, you know, get rid of them so that you can achieve your purpose to time.
Thank you so much for that. He said something. Social media has the happy side, the good side of it. And at the same time, there is this side of it that as young people, we don't need to allow get to us. So as a young person out there, you have discovered your purpose, then you need to know what part of social media you need to implement that will aid the achievement or the actualization of your goal. So thank you so much for that. Myself, I am learning from this. So as young people, you know, some of us or some young people out there, they might even be on the wrong paths. They might be treading the wrong paths. So how can we dictate that, okay, this is not actually my purpose. I'm already treading the wrong path. So how can I dictate that I'm treading the wrong path so I can be aligned to where I actually ought to be?
Well, I think wrong path is open to so many persons, because especially in our context here, there are so many persons that are treading wrong paths. Wrong path to wealth, wrong path to acquiring certificate, wrong path to making, progress. But one of the signal is when you begin to discover that what you are doing is not right, it's causing harm either to somebody remotely or yourself, you know that that is a wrong path. Not only that, you will discover that you are in a wrong path when that thing you are doing may not even be harmful, but you discover that you are not happy doing it. You are always sad. And then whenever you are called to do that thing, it costs you a lot of energy. So there is no enthusiasm doing it. You will know that that is not likely to be a true path of purpose for you to follow. So when you discover that, you need to have a rethink. No matter how far you have gone on a wrong road, it is better for you to stop and change the direction. Because as long as you follow the wrong road, you are not likely to get to the right destination.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for that. So if you are out there as a young person, there are some things you are involved in and it's not even making you happy. It is not too late to go back, have a rethink of what you are doing, then discover who you are actually meant to be so that you can get to where you want to get to. Because there is no way you will land at your original destination if you are treading the wrong path. Thank you so much for that. You see, there's one problem that we young people of this generation we face, and that is low self-esteem. We feel that we are too small. How can I achieve this? Can I actually do this? Some of us have pictures in our head. We have inspirations. We have ideas. We have aspirations. We have goals. But there's this just part of us that is making us feel it's not possible. I can't do it. I'm too small for this. So as a young person, sir, how can we deal with this low self-esteem? How can we deal with this mentality of I am too small, I can't achieve this, this person is ahead of me, this person will do better than I am, what if I fail? How can we deal with this? How can we deal with this syndrome, sir?
Well, that syndrome, I think, is a localized syndrome.
Wow.
It's not a globalized syndrome. Wow. When you take, for instance, in our nation, you cannot enter university until you are 16 years old. There are people that have their degree at the age of 12. There are people that have their PhD, they are less than 20 outside. So you can still get such information on the same social media to tell yourself, look, what are you thinking about? I'm too small. In what sense? If it's in terms of age, there are people that are not up to your age that are doing a lot of good things out there, outside, the shore of your immediate community. The world is already a global village. Find out who is the youngest medical doctor, if you want to be a medical doctor. Who is the youngest pharmacist? Who is the youngest banker? You will discover that they are much more younger than you in the world. So what is it about? It is because we have fed ourselves with wrong perception, which we need to evacuate. And until you evacuate it, and the only way you can evacuate it is to look outside, to know that somebody in the US, in the UK, that is finishing their, PhD degree at the age of 18, is human being, not having 2 years. Yeah. So with that, you will come to term and say, look, and then even within your immediate vicinity, you are not likely to be the youngest. You may not be the oldest either. So with that, you'll be able to develop some self-esteem and have some confidence that you will be able, with God's grace, with the support of good environment, good family, good community, you will be able to stand out to pursue that purpose, irrespective of the way you feel. And it is wrong for you to follow the way you feel. Live by knowledge, not by feeling. Your knowledge should be stronger than your emotion. Wow. Then you can overcome this issue of, either inferiority complex or low self-esteem.
This is a message to you out there. You have goals, you have dreams and aspirations, you have that big picture in your head, but you are feeling less of yourself, you feel you can't do it. Please see yourself beyond that feeling. Don't allow low self-esteem, don't allow inferiority complex make you less of who you are meant to be. Come out of your shell so that you can actually get to where you ought to get to. There are people that they already discovered their purpose and they are working in purpose already, but they are experiencing some seasons of, let's say, delay. Probably things are not even working out fine the way they plan it. Like I need this, I need that, and they're not even getting it. It might be financial delay, it might even be delay in other aspects. And some people, they're even battling with confusion, maybe clarity. So as young persons, how can we deal with seasons of delay, seasons of confusion on our journey to purpose fulfillment, sir?
Actually, in life, everybody experiences one form of delay or denial or confusion at one point or the other. As long as you are a woman, delay, confusion is part of our humanity. And learning to handle the delay will bring more profits at a later day. If you are having delay, you can harness the potential of the delay. Delay means that the time you want to arrive as a destination, you are not getting there. Utilize that opportunity to develop yourself, equip yourself in preparation for action. You must not act all the time. The moments of delay is a time for you to reflect. It's a time for you to analyze your strength and weakness again. It's also a time for you to connect with people, places, programs that can fuel the achievement of your goal. Now, when you talk about confusion, when you are confused, you need clarification. Go to people that are already there, that have arrived where you intend to go. When you have people, of course, you have people ahead of you. Those individuals that have achieved in the area of your interest, meet them for counseling. They may be in your church, they may be in your mosque, they may be in your various professions. Some of them will be very close to you. Some of them could be online. That is why we talk about mentorship. So you need a mentor to clarify where you have confusion and where you have delay, harness the potential of the delay so that by the time the delay is over, you are not looking for extra time before you act again. So go, you act. The time of acting will be delayed, but you have better decision as a result of the delay. And with that, the delay will not impact too much negatively on the level of achievement.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much for that, sir. So this is to everyone out there experiencing a season of delay or confusion. Please get a mentor that you can speak with. There are people in your mosque, people in your church that have achieved that thing, that level of attainment that you are looking up to. So reach out to them, speak to them. They can help you out of that delay, help you out of that confusion. And as you do that, you just discover that you just be going at a speed that even you cannot imagine. It's been a very wonderful conversation so far. But for the sake of every young person out there who's yet to discover their purpose, who's yet to discover who they are really meant to be, sir, can you tell us, we should help us to know the importance of discovering purpose in life and the importance of working in purpose in life generally?
Discovering purpose, the first thing is that it gives you direction. When you discover a purpose, you are not going to waste your resources. You are not going to waste your time. You are not going to waste your emotion. So it gives you direction. It gives you excitement in life. It also gives you capacity to know where to develop your skill and competencies. And then it also gives you the line of investment. As some of my viewers may not be Christian, but let me tell you, when I discover a verse in the scripture, in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6, it talks about, I want to paraphrase. It said, I put you in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in you by the putting on of my hands. God's gift is in every mortal. God's investment is inside you. So I look at that gift, G-I-F-T, as God's investment for tomorrow. Anywhere you are born, whether in the rural places or urban places, whether your parents are poor or rich, it doesn't matter. Whether your parents are learned or they are not learned, it doesn't matter. There is the nature's gift in you. God's investment for the good of your tomorrow. You must discover that gift. You must develop that gift so that you can deliver to your world, to your generation, the fruits of the gift that God has given to you. And if you don't discover it, it will be a loss to God who endow you with such gifts, or you call it talent. But when you discover it, I am very, very sure you will enjoy what you are doing. You will not be managing what you are doing. There are people, they don't have balance, between what they are doing or what they are paid for and their interest in it. But if you are going to balance your work and your life, you need to discover your purpose and align your purpose. So when you discover purpose, you begin to live a better and a fulfilled life. And you have energy to pursue the purpose you discover that is clear to you. And at the end of the day, the level of progress will be very, very significant. When I discover that by the grace of God, I am to be in agriculture, for instance, around 1987 or thereabouts, when the picture was painted in my heart, I discovered that, this thing is real. When I entered the university, I got 2 admissions. I got admission with direct entry. I got with O-level because I finished my HSC. Now, to cut the long story short, when I got the 2 admission, of course, I have to choose the direct entry, 200 level, Faculty of Agric, University of Ibadan. So I started. But few weeks or less than a session or thereabout, I still felt the urge, well, let me go to medicine. But it was very clear I am to be in agriculture. Now, I started the processing to change course. But I cannot forget a woman in College of Medicine. She called my attention. Young man, you want to move away from agriculture? She said to me that the world is going back to agriculture and you are thinking of moving away from agriculture. What's your problem? That was the beginning of rediscovering the purpose that originally was painted in my heart. Today, I am an accomplished professor of agronomy and wish science. In fact, I'm an advocate of value-added agronomy. So anywhere I go to talk, I tell you that with agriculture, not only empowering young people or women, not only feeding the nation or fighting or winning the war against food insecurity, you can say that young men can find fulfillment in value-added agriculture.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
This is a very beautiful one. I'm inspired. Thank you so much once again, sir. So, as a young person out there watching this, you know that when you discover purpose, you have fulfillment in what you are doing, and then it will even give you speed in that path that you are treading. As we wrap up this program, sir, this beautiful edition of The Forge, what final advice will you give to any young person out there watching this show today?
Well, on a final note, young people outside there, whether you are in school or you're out of school, I want you to know that purpose, I've mentioned it before. I have defined it as picture unraveled, repeatedly painted on subconscious enticingly. Check up. Ask yourself, what is that interest? What is that thing that motivates me? What is that thing that excites me? What is that thing that engages me profitably? You will discover in each a purpose. And for you to discover it and enjoy it and make the best of it, number one, you need to be patient and be persistent. Once you have discovered your purpose, be patient and be persistent. When you are patient, you will discover and understand that purpose better. Not only that, trust yourself. Believe that there is something unique about you and never compare yourself with anybody. And if you are going to make rapid progress, I want to just suggest a simple model I call GARA. Goal, action, report to yourself, do assessment, and set another goal. That circle, GARA cycle, can lead you from one level to another level. If you have a goal without action, I tell you are daydreaming. But after a series of actions, you need to report the level of achievement. Then you do analysis. When you analyze, you see what you have done and what you have not done well, set another fresh goal. That cycle continues. With that, with GARA cycle, the purpose you have discovered can be achieved with degree of progress as times unfold. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, on today's edition of The Forge, you've learned about purpose, how to discover purpose. Purpose is simply the reason for your existence. And this is what you need to make impact in your generation. This is what you need to make you stand out in your generation. So look within you. What are those gifts that has been deposited in you? What are those abilities that you have? Things you can do without being forced. And then just follow after them. In them lies your purpose. And then look, sometimes, what are those passion? Things that make you happy. That is where you find your purpose. Discover your purpose. Pursue them. Tailor your goals in line with your purpose. Pursue them. Have a mentor. Someone who has gone ahead of you in that picture that you have in your head. And then follow hard on your goal. Follow hard in a legitimate way. And then you discover that you will just be soaring at a speed and altitude that you can never imagine. With this, we have come to the end of today's edition of The Forge. Thank you so much, Professor Chukwudi Michael, for being with us on the show today. It's been a resourceful and productive conversation so far. We are very, very grateful to you.
Thank you very much.
With this, we've come to the end. I remain your host, Victoria Tolorunleke. See you next time, but have this at the back of your mind. Your future can't be forced, but you can forge your future. Hello, and take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.